Create heaven now. Create it while you are living in earth now. Lord, let your kingdom come, let your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So create it now. If you were like me, and I was like this years ago, I just was lost, right? I was a Christian going to church every Sunday. But I really wasn't locked in with the word like that. I wasn't locked in keeping the commandments. And that is why I struggled so much in life. I, I struggled in life. I know it's because I did not keep the Torah. And so I'm explaining in the Bible why I say that. So let me show you. First, let's start with what Jesus said. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. The things that he were talking about was the house, the stuff that the pagans chase. What we're going to eat tomorrow, what we're going to wear, houses, cars, whatever those things are that you are, or that you feel like you should chase, or that society tells you you should chase. Those things are going to chase you if you seek first the kingdom of God and be in right standing with him. So how do you do that? How do you be in right standing with God? Well, he gave us through Moses the first 5 books, his Torah, which is the foundation that everything else is built upon in the Bible. The first 5 books, the Torah. Then after that, you have the Tanakh. And in the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament, everything refers back to the Torah. Then you jump into the New Testament, everything refers back to the Torah, and then to the Tanakh, which is also has its foundations in the Torah. So everything's foundation goes back to the Torah. And the key is found right here in Psalms 1, the first book of Psalms. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor sitteth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. And the word for law, the original Hebrew word was Torah. But his delight is in the Torah of the Lord, and in his Torah doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. So if you meditate on the Torah day and night, whatsoever you do will prosper. That's it. I thought if I go to church every Sunday, I thought if I go to Bible study every Tuesday, I thought if I went to every convention gathering, and I thought seeking the kingdom was seeking what to do at church. What you need me to do at church? No, false. Because the true church is, which the word is in the New Testament is ecclesia, right? Which means congregation. There's only like one there's only one time with like once or a couple times where they actually use the word congregation, but they always use church. But in the Old Testament, the Tanakh, you see the congregation. That's the church. The congregation, ecclesia. That's all it is. It's all church is. It's not a big old cathedral building where 1,000 members gather and you have a motivational speaker on stage after some good concert gospel music. It's none of that. The true church is the congregation. That's why if two or three are gathered in his name, there he is in the midst. So I say that to say, forget all this churchianity. Lock in with the Torah, first 5 books. Meditate on that at night, and whatever you do will prosper. That's a guaranteed blessing within the Bible. And it's a game changer once you truly understand that if you take the Torah seriously, God is going to give you supernatural business ideas, supernatural ways to, just ideas and knowledge on how to stay healthy, how to keep your mind right, it's just how to love people, how to just move in everyday life. And so that's the thing that was missing. So though I was speaking in tongues so much in church, going to church every Sunday, I was missing it because I wasn't locked in on a Torah. I was eating pork. You know, it's just something as simple as that. And Jesus said, if you break the least of these commandments, you're going to be called least in the kingdom. If you break and teach the least of these commandments, you're going to be called least in the kingdom. But if you teach and if you keep and teach these commandments, you're going to be called great in the kingdom. Those are Jesus's words. Take what you will with that.